So I'm kind of just getting set up here, got the table out. We're going to try something different today that I haven't done ever out here. About 2 years ago, I bought this thing. It's a camp oven from Coleman that it's just like a big metal box that sits on your Coleman stove, apparently. And we're going to try and bake some fish out here. The reason, like I said, I've had this probably 2 years. Never used it, but that last go at the Hobo Burger when I burnt the crap out of the burger, I thought, you know, those things are supposed to be baked. The whole reason why I got this was to give the option. But I have my doubts about this thing because you're going to have a burner just, you know, burning away at this metal box. So I'm going to get it set up. I got a fair amount of prep to do, and then I guess we'll see how this thing works out. Kind of just sits there. Well, the sun just peeked out behind the clouds and it's really bright, but it's gonna go. There's some actually rain clouds up there. I'm gonna tell you guys what I'm making now. I had to get the potatoes going because I think they're gonna take twice as long as the other stuff. So first thing, the side on this, you can make like rice, or I decided to make potatoes. And so this is russet potatoes. I've got some, this thing here is actually a recipe with like specific amounts, but whatever. So we have olive oil, lemon juice, lemon zest. I don't have a zester, and I tried to scrape it with my knife. It didn't work at all. So russet potatoes, olive oil, lemon juice, some finely chopped basil, salt and pepper to taste. My poor basil is not looking so good, but I've got some okay stuff up here. But this side over here, like these are no good. Ask the store why, and because we live kind of in the middle of nowhere, they've got to like get the stuff out of Phoenix, and they put them in refrigerator trucks, and that's what apparently messes that up. So that's all they had. Now for the main thing here is going to be bruschetta tilapia. So tilapia fish, and this is supposed to be Roma tomatoes. It didn't say Roma, but we got Roma. Roma tomatoes, panko breadcrumbs. Has to be panko for it to be crispy. Olive oil, salt, black pepper, finely chopped basil, and the tilapia fillets. Now, what I do if I'm going to make something like this, or what I've done in the past, is I don't follow like amounts and all that stuff, because this isn't baking out here. I'm not baking, but you know, whatever. It's a guesstimation. We'll see how it works out. So I've got the oven here. The heat indicator says it's 250 degrees. It's supposed to be 400. I'm gonna crank it up. Now that one there took up the kind of the whole rack. So I kind of need to get the potatoes done before I put in the fish, but the fish is only supposed to take maybe 10 minutes. So I'm gonna crank this up. See if it gets any hotter. We're gonna see if this thing works. All right, I'm gonna get set up. One thing that I don't carry are bowls. I don't have bowls. I use plates for everything, but you kind of need to mix up the panko, the olive oil, the tomatoes and basil. So I'm gonna use this as my bowl. I mean, I guess I could probably do it on a plate, you know? I don't know, we'll see. I might do it on the plate. We'll see. This is way more prep work than I usually have to do. But I tell you that these tomatoes, they're so good. So I got enough basil, I think, and tomatoes. So I filled this cup up with Panko, and supposed to put salt and pepper. So I'm gonna salt, pepper, and olive oil. I'm gonna put a bunch of. I tasted it. I salt and peppered it. Oh, these salt and peppers are hot because they're next to the oven. Don't want to get too crazy with this because you can always salt a little bit later, but it's kind of funny that, you know, this is dry and they want me to put olive oil in here, and then you mix, so salt, pepper, olive oil into the panko, mix it up really good, I guess. Stir in the tomatoes and basil, right? And then you spoon that on top of the fish. I don't know. Still can't really taste any salt, but I can taste the pepper in there. Or maybe I can just smell the pepper. Put a little bit more in for now, and then I will add it later if I need to. Definitely want to cook with as much as you can, I found. Like, cook with the salt and stuff early on. That way it's like baked in. Because if you just add it at the last second, it could get like, it's just like a salt layer. So it's the recipe actually called specifically for panko because I guess this is extra crispy, and it's definitely crispy looking. I don't want to mix it too much because I can see it's starting to break down just a little bit. All right, so I've got some olive oil. I'm gonna add I guess a little bit at a time. I don't know how much they want me to put in of this. I would think it would kind of break down the panko, right? Because you want it to be dry. I'm just gonna stir it in and see how it's kind of reacting. Huh, interesting. It's not doing what I thought. That was a good piece. Okay. Got pepper, can taste the salt, olive oil. Wow. Okay, I think just what it looks like the olive oil did? It actually made it look like it made it a little bit more fluffy. Kind of everything was real granule down. I added just a little bit of olive oil when I mixed it. It looks like it kind of expanded. I think it just needs a touch more olive oil. First time I ever did this, so bear with me. You guys might be like, oh my God, here goes the burnt hobo burger again. So the oven is actually saying 420. 420, bro. Oven is saying 420. Because what's good is I actually had it turned down and it was like 225. I turned it up just a little bit and it rose up. Okay, that's a little hot. They're starting to look good. They're definitely smelling good. I don't want to crush this. Titanium cup, titanium spoon. I don't think this is what the chefs of the world intended when trying to craft some kind of really crazy. Yeah, it's definitely, I don't know if you can tell on camera. Look how much, when I scooped it out before, it laid in the bottom of the spoon, and look how it like heaps up now. It's heaping up. That is really neat. It didn't say in the recipe like what it's supposed to do, but I can tell you one thing. That is really cool. I'm looking, I can tell if there's dry, like there's a little bit of drying, maybe just a touch more olive oil, not too much, because I really like the way it's looking right now. That might have been, I think they did say how much olive oil, as far as teaspoons or something. but I didn't measure how much panko I had. I wanted a lot of panko. Again, I know it sounds like it, but I'm trying not to crush it down. Trying to get rid of any little bit of dry ones. It's really heaping up there now, isn't it? Look at that. It's even climbing up the... I think that's pretty good. So this was I knew this might be... Oh, I bought 2 of the green propane cans. The first one is the one that I have in my drawer. It felt like more than half empty, and I brought a new one because I didn't know this oven. I'm like, we're gonna have to be blasting away the whole time, and it's really gonna go through the propane. So far, still using the first one, which is like I said, a little less than half full. It felt. Kind of like to stir those in there. I don't know if I should stir them. Now I've got the bread, the breading. The panko is ready. The tomatoes and basil are ready. I made a little tray here. So I was talking about this the other day with some people on the live stream. So I've been making these things for forever. Swordfish. So butter, rosemary, thyme, garlic. Little like wading pool in there, a little bit. Put some swordfish in there, and then lightly take another one and kind of cover it so it steams. That comes out like in no time at all, really good. And the topic I think is pretty interesting. It kind of goes to my onion people thing, like how, quote, I'm not an onion person yet. There's, onion rings, sauteed onions. I'll eat, no problem. I think they're delicious. Same thing with fish. Some people are, I'm not a big fish person, right? Jill, I'm not a big fish person. Neither am I, honestly. To be honest with you, I don't go out looking for fish. Fish and chips, that's different. Pollock, or is it haddock? Haddock, pollock, and cod are traditionally used for those, something like that. And I take off a lot of the breading, but I love fish and chips. I love swordfish. Within reason. I had some shark. It was okay, but I like the swordfish better. A lot better. Tilapia is good. Dorado's good for fish tacos, stuff like that. Not a big roughy or trout. Anything that could be texturally mushy is not for me. I'm more of a flaky, firm, like if you can like break off a piece of it. Salmon is good. I like smoked salmon. Smoked salmon is good, but I like orange. I just remember orange roughy. I think it might have been. It could be from like when you were a kid and someone misprepared it, and you're like, oh, for life, I'm ruined for life. But I almost knocked over the panko right there. I would say try something. Try something. Fish. Anything in moderation can be really good, right? There's some good things in fish, just like there's good things in beef. I've eaten beef all my life, right? And fish has like the omega stuff. And anyway, if you like steak, try swordfish. It's kind of firm and steak-like. It's the steak of the fish world. Try some tilapia or dorado, or get some fish and chips. And if there's a lot of breading, peel the breading away. Like leave a little bit. The ones like sometimes they're like kind of like long, and you can peel away like one side of the heaviest side, and try it. You might like it. For me, almost everything that I don't like, it's texture based. It's all about texture. And I think it's the same way with fish for me. And it may be for you, you just don't realize it. You're like, what are you talking about? Well, if you put something in your mouth, like oysters. What the F with oysters? You see these people out there and they're like putting their hot sauce and, they're shucking oysters. Have you ever had an oyster? It tastes like snot. Anything that you put in your mouth that you just immediately swallow? Why? Why bother? You eat to taste it in your mouth, to chew. Let the taste buds absorb that stuff. Oysters, they're like, it's disgusting to me. I've tried them. Oh, they're an aphrodisiac. Well, so yeah, snot. It's like one of those really bad infected nose colds, right? Where you feel like you can get like, yeah. I don't even try. Now I love mussels. I'm a bottom feeder. Shrimp, lobster, mussels, scallops. Oh, I could kill somebody for some good scallops, right? So I'm definitely a bottom feeder. But forget oysters, man. They're just a slimy, snotty, like, oh, a little hot sausage. It just reminds me, you see in the movies where all the really ultra rich people come off their yachts to the pristine beach, and there's the guy shucking oysters, and they're all like, oh, this is so cool. No, it's not. It is definitely not cool. I just pulled the potatoes out, put them aside. I haven't actually really looked at them, but they've been on for a while, maybe 40 minutes. So as far as time goes, takes more time with this type of thing. I actually went in and covered them with some foil, and I did the same thing. I prepped the tilapia, put it in, and I put just a little piece over it, so maybe steam. It seemed like the potatoes they didn't look like they were crisping up on the top. On the bottom they were. So when I put that foil in there, hopefully that helped. It's like you want to sit down and relax. I didn't make any coffee or anything. The weather's probably 60 degrees out. It's cloudy. Once in a while the sun pops through. It was warmer down at my house, but it's probably about 60. Perfect weather. I had I could show you guys why I haven't had a video in a couple of weeks. You look outside, or whatever, you're like prepped for the next day to go out and have some adventure time, maybe do some cooking, something like that. And you get all excited, you open the door in the morning, and so I was getting ready to head out today, do a little I don't know, off-roading and cooking probably. Surprise. It's been beautiful, like 75, 80 degrees, and yeah, well, I came out and this is the weather we got going. It's snowing. Right now it's snowing. It was raining earlier, and now it's snowing. So, what's up with the weather? Everyone I talk to says, like, wherever anyone's from, it's been like bipolar weather is what people are calling it. I don't know what the date today is. 18th? Something like that? I mean, look at the sky. Yeah, the weather. So we had a really, I guess, random snowstorm. I say snow, it was like some snow came down, but it was really sleet, like freezing rain. So it was miserable. If it was just snow, oh man, you know me, I would have gone out in that in a second, but it was this, I don't know, I don't really have a word for it, sleet. We had some hail, some grapple, some snow, some sleet, freezing rain, and wind, and it ruined, like absolutely ruined that weekend, because it wasn't something that, it rained a lot, and then that event that day, and then the next day it was just soggy and windy and miserable. So that was 2 weeks ago. Then last weekend, wow, I don't know if I was able to capture it, but it was windy, like gusts, 40, 50 mile an hour gusts. The trees were bending over, and wind is just, it's fine if you're just going to go out and go off-roading and stuff. Camping in the wind, cooking in the wind, hiking, forget it. If you're in the car and you're just driving around, that's fine. That's one thing. But, man, so that was the last 2 weekends. Why I haven't posted in a while. I just got up and I went out there. I'm like, oh, man. And then you get, like, really let down. I did a little stuff in the garage here and there. Just a little maintenance. More like just staring at stuff. That's fun. But those conditions were miserable. I got excited at first when I saw the Land Cruiser was covered in snow. I'm like, what? But then I went out and it was just ice and it was miserable. So that's what's been going on the last couple of weeks. Today, no wind, 60 degrees. Today is May 1st. You might be like, yeah, whatever, dude. You're talking about snow and all that. It's May 1st. We had more snow in April at my house than I did the whole winter. The whole winter. April had more snow at my house. Now, up farther in the mountains, it's a different story, but I'm talking about just using the barometer of at my house. 5,500 feet. More snow, more weather, like all kinds of crazy weather in April, like the April showers thing. It was April snow, but today's May 1st, and talking about that weather, and you couldn't ask for a more perfect day to be out. Like, yeah, everybody loves the sun. I love the sun, but it's like no wind, no sun to like blasting. I don't have to have my awning out. It's nice to not have the awning out when there's perfect weather, because you get to see all the clouds and everything. When there is sun or rain or something, then you deploy that awning. Now you're underneath, and it's cool. So having the option of either deploying or not the awning is a good thing out here. I opened up the 3 pretty good sized fillets. Hopefully it captured it. I don't know if it was in. I'm using my big camera that I haven't used in a couple of years, and I thought about it. I was about 3/4 of the way through cooking. I'm like, what if the audio is not working? What if the image isn't working? What if it's out of focus? I haven't used it, and you know, the things I used to do to make sure everything was okay, I've forgotten about. I've been using like these little cameras. I pulled one out, like this little guy. I'm like, I better. Well, it would be a total loss if this camera didn't work. I got a couple little shots with that, but nothing really. I don't know what my point to the story was. Using my big camera for the first time in a long time, you should be able to see the difference. This camera I have set up for more of a cinema quality rather than that GoPro, you know, action camera look. They're both cool, but on a day like today, it naturally looks cinematic. When you say cinematic, like kind of like a, you know, like when we play zombies, right? We're playing zombie videos, and you get that really bright neon or cartoon or, you know, Family Guy, Mario map, and they're really cool, right? Because you're like, oh, this is cool. Such a departure from the norm. But then you get that really kind of like insane asylum zombie map where it's just wretched stuff covering the ground, and it's raw, and it's like rust and all this stuff. You know, that's the cinematic effect, to where the environment, you're like, oh, I think you know, the word everyone uses is cinematic, but I think what that means to me is the environment, you feel it even though you're not here. You feel it through the camera. When it's the action camera stuff, you don't feel the environment, you see it. You're like, wow, that looks really clear and really cool, and oh my gosh, your resolution is so great. You don't feel the environment with action cameras, you see it. With cinematic setup, you feel it. You know what it's like overcast and, you know, right on the edge of having to don like a light flannel. The shade, the trees, the bark, just all that stuff. That's the cinematic effect. That's what this camera gives me. And that's what I love to do. It's 10, 20 times the amount of work to do this. The setup I have here is crazy, but I love it. I had mentioned this, I feel more satisfied doing this. Ooh, yeah. Oh, that looks really good. You might be wondering why I'm doing this. I'm saving this for my people at home. One whole piece for her and some potatoes. Because when you cook something and it turns out, you want to share it, right? That looks pretty good. I don't know about presentation. Here we go. Rusted potatoes. You can see how crisped it up just fine. Seasoning is perfect. I think last time I made potatoes, I actually under-seasoned them. All right, we're going for some fish. Breadcrumbs are crispy. Fish is flaky. Holy cow. That's a big bite right there. It's a man's bite right there. Holy cow. Last time I made this, I made like a, basically like a bruschetta. But it was more like a soup almost, right? Because it was tomatoes and garlic, and I left it in the foil to eat it. It was real soupy, and it was really good. Different taste. Now with the breadcrumbs, given that added texture of the crunchiness, and it's a little bit more dry, but dry in a good way, not dry like, oh, you overcooked it, it's dry, meaning it's not like soup. Wow, it was definitely a labor of love, but it really turned out. Holy cow. I don't know if you can see the fish, how flaky the fish is. You could make rice with this, or potatoes. Either one will work. Holy cow, that is so good. I just got a hint of that lemon that I squeezed on there, which is perfect addition. I haven't added any, I added a little salt and pepper to the potatoes once I brought them out. Haven't added anything else to this other than what I had put in originally into the panko when I was mixing it. That piece there just fell off. So this is a piece. Wow. The thinner stuff, the ones that were up on the edges, cooked a little bit longer, and they're wow, that's actually really good as well. The center fat part was flaky, but you know, on the softer side of the texture. This is on the flaky, firmer side. The thickness isn't uniform. Obviously in the middle it was thicker and it tapered. And the edges, because I put two in there, the edges were up against the edge of the foil. It got a little bit more heat. It's like 4 o'clock. It's like super late. I've been just here for like 5 hours. Which is longer than normal for me because it doesn't usually take that long to cook. It's been a long day. Totally, the payoff is so good. This thing cools down pretty fast. Seemed to work pretty good. It's, you know, it's a bit of a it's a bit of a juggle putting that to, not putting it together, but you know, using it. And you definitely want to bring more. Well, I think if I had a full bottle, I would have been fine because I put the other one on after the first one ran out, which the first one could have had a quarter of a bottle in there. I've been using it for a long time. It's the one that was in here. I put the fresh bottle on. I didn't even have to run for another 7 or 8 minutes. Really good. I was concerned. I kind of put like a lot of panko in there where I couldn't see the fish. So I reached in there and kind of dug a little hole and checked the fish to make sure. Check the top of the fish because the bottom's going to be cooked more. from the radiant heat. Check the top, it looked really good. I turned this off and let it kind of settle in there. Wow. And I don't know if it was because I put the aluminum foil on top, but I got a little browned, crispy top, which really sets that panko to another level. Holy cow. See, I try stuff like this, and when it turns out really good, wow, I really am getting that little bit of lemon. It was one lemon. Half of it was squeezed on the potatoes, half of it on the fish. I had more lemons to bring. That lemon is there. It's like refreshing. Just a hint. When you can cook and you kind of get the layers of flavor, taste a little salt and pepper, taste the tomato and the basil, and then that lemon coming over the top like that. It's really good. What I was saying was, I think, wow, this could be like really good at home. But honestly, I think the deal is, it's really good out here. At home, it would probably just be normal. Everything tastes better out here. Everything, right? Even MREs and cans of soup, it's because of where you're at. It's because of where you're at. The grace of the forest for me, wherever it is for you, but this is my place. It's so quiet. Remember I was talking about in the winter how the snow covers the ground? Well, because it creates like a suppressor, a muffled. Well, now it's so quiet because there's no wind. I could hear a woodpecker probably a couple hundred meters that way earlier. When the birds go by, I can hear their wings flapping. And if they're just coasting, I can hear the air foil over their wings. If you live in the city all the time and you never get away, if you were sitting right here right now, your ears would be like ringing. You're not used to the silence. Have you ever had that? You ever felt that effect? The constant sound of people, traffic, whatever in a like a city type environment. Then you come out here. And it's absolute silence. Because it happened to me all the time. It's like going to sleep with like a TV running or a fan running in the distance. Just a little bit of like ambient noise. And then turning everything off and trying to go to sleep in a perfectly quiet, silent, pitch black room. Your ears are ringing. So, it turned out good. That's great news. This thing actually was not that hard to use. Which means at some point this summer, we've got to try and make a comeback. We got to redeem ourselves with the hobo burger in the oven. I don't see any way that I could I'm gonna jinx myself. I don't see any way that I could actually burn the burger in an oven environment. We'll see. I don't know. I do not know.